Hello YouTube! Now, as my previous video of the Kato RhB meter gauge range proved rather popular, I thought I'd make another one with this year's releases. So without further ado, the G442 Glacier Express version and the Gourmino restaurant car. We'll start with the locomotive. Now, to the best of my knowledge, this is the same tooling as their previous G442, which is certainly nothing to be ashamed of, as it is a fantastic little model. Oh, the detailing part's falling out of the box. We'll talk about those in a second. Come on, there she comes. It is an absolute little jewel of a locomotive, which, despite looking downright cute, is something of a heavy hauler. It's fitted with a traction tyre on each bogie. One axle of each bogie has one traction tyre, and it weighs a decent amount for such a small locomotive. The detailing parts pack includes the brake hoses to go on the cab fronts, and a couple of standard N-gauge couplings if you want to use those rather than the close couplings. We'll pop this on the track and send it off for a little bit of running in while we talk about the restaurant car. And that's fresh out of the box, not been running at all. That's not bad. Put the box away. The restaurant car is completely new tooling and is Kato's response to many calls for further vehicles, and especially restaurant vehicles, other than the bar car in the Glacier Express pack. As might be expected for Kato, the paintwork and detailing is excellent. It's delivered with standard N-gauge couplings and long gangways because they intend you to run it with the Glacier Express, which, as delivered, has those. Included in the box, if I can persuade the little packet to come out. There we go. Included in the box are a light bar for the roof. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a second. And this sprue, or this, no, not a sprue, this little bag of the close coupling parts and the gangways to upgrade your model. I'm going to have to be a little bit clumsy in opening this because I don't have my Swiss Army knife in my hand. Come on. There we go. And I shall slow the locomotive down a bit because it's picking up and running nicely. They do tend to be a little bit growly, the G442s, I've noticed. The 3s can be, but aren't always. I shall now demonstrate removing a bogie, if I can, without destroying the coach. This is the correct method, as far as I know. There we go. As you can see, they're fitted in exactly the same way as the ones used on the Glacier Express pack. The little hook goes at the bottom. The little peg on the back of the bogie needs to hook onto that spring, which is going to be fun. I did find a technique for this last time. Oh yes, tweezers. Don't worry about the drone on the G442, by the way. They do carton down a bit after some running. Ooh, I just dropped the spring. Oh well, I shall pop this in. I can see the spring. I shall pop that in and then reattach the spring. That's not quite gone well, has it? Okay, while I find another spring, I can tell you about the lighting unit fitted to the coach. The interior lighting, there is both interior lighting and table lamps. The interior lighting is activated, to put it, for want of a better term, by fitting the light bar, as there's already a light pipe running up inside the kitchen area of the coach. Where's that? Well, that was lucky. I shall try not to lose that again. The table lamps are powered straight from the box. So hopefully we'll be able to see those running if I manage to assemble this without losing anything else. How are these attached? I may just do one end of this because... Actually, no, I think we've got time to do both. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Come on. In we go. Come on. There's one end done. You can see how much closer it brings the vehicles and how much neater that coupling is than the monstrous old Rapido on the other end. Oh well, doesn't matter. Success. It's a relief. I have seen some people, incidentally, leaving the long gangway on alternate ends in order to close the gap. I'm not sure it really bothers me that much, I'm afraid. So I shall replace both ends with the short ones for ease of operation. And done. Okay, I shall now collect a test train for this to be a part of, which is currently sitting in the siding in the background, as you can see. No, I'm not fitting the brake hoses to this thing while talking to you. It took me ages, the last one I did, including a lot of excursions on the floor trying to find the blessed things. Come on, there we go. It's something of a mix and match rake made from some of the coaches from the EW1 box and a couple of spare Glacier Express panorama wagons. As you can see, the Gourmino is a rather different size to the panorama coaches. That's... if I can persuade it to couple off. Oh, come on. Okay, why don't you want to couple up then? While these can be a little bit fiddly to persuade to connect, they are rock solid once coupled, so don't let that put you off. And there go the table lamps. So while we wait for it to make its next pass, all in all, I think these were well worth the wait. Hopefully Kato will continue to expand the beta gauge range. There are other companies getting involved now. These two yellow ballast toppers, for example, were made by a company called RhB Modellbahn, who are based in Switzerland and use 3D resin printing for all of their building. There is also a company called MDS Modell in, I believe, Germany, who have released so far their own G442 and sliding wall vans. I have a couple of the sliding wall vans on the way, hopefully. They also appear to have announced a few new models for this year's Nuremberg Toy Fair, which hopefully we'll hear more about in the near future. So, until I have any more new releases to show you, goodbye and thank you for watching.